Hello children, we are back to chapter number 6, Lines and Angles of Standard 9th. In the last video, we have studied about angle sum property of a triangle and exterior angle theorem. Now we are going to use both the theorems here in exercise 6.3 to solve the examples which are given. So let us begin with the first question. Here a figure is given and in it sides QP and RQ of a triangle PQR, they are produced to points S and T respectively. That means they are extended and we have got points S and T. If angle SPR is equal to 135 degree and angle PQT equal to 110 degree, so these two measures are already given to us. We are told to find out the measure of angle PRQ. Now to proceed with this, we have to think of the properties that we have, properties or theorems, whatever we have learned. Now if we look into the figure, this angle SPR and this angle RPQ, they form angles in linear pair. So one measure is given, we can easily find out the measure of angle QPR. Now if I think about the triangle PQR and this extended part, so PQR will be the exterior angle. We already have found out the value of angle QPR. We can use exterior angle theorem now to find out the measure of angle R. And this is what we are asked. So let's proceed with the solution. Here angle PQT plus angle PQR. So here we have used the same property, down is equal to 180 degree and we have used linear pair axiom. We can use the same over there in SPR and RPQ also. So it is your choice. Either you use the linear pair axiom over there or with angle PQT and PQR. It is the same. So with this, we have got the value of angle PQR. Here angle PQR is found out to be 70 degrees. Now with this 70 degrees known to us, we can easily find out the measure of R because PQR is a triangle and SPR is the exterior angle. So using exterior angle theorem, we can find out the measure of R. So this is what is exterior angle theorem. Angle SPR equal to angle PQR plus angle PRQ. Now we have to just substitute and get the value of angle PRQ, which is 65 in this case. Next, question number 2. Here we have question number 2 wherein angle X is given to be 62 degrees, angle XYZ is told to be 54 degrees. If YO and ZO are the bisectors of angle XYZ and XZY respectively of the triangle XYZ, find angle OZY and angle YOZ. Now here YO is told to be an angle bisector. Moreover, ZO is again an angle bisector. So the angles get divided into equal parts. With this knowledge, we are told to find out the measure of angle OZY, that is this angle, and angle YOZ, that means this angle. So let us proceed. Now when I am thinking about the bigger triangle, that is triangle XYZ, two angles are known to us, so I can easily find out the measure of the third angle by using angle sum property. So let's use angle sum property in the bigger triangle. So this is what is angle sum property. Sum of all the three angles is 180 degrees. We call it angle sum theorem in 9th standard. So we'll be using both the terms. Let us now substitute the values, and when we have already substituted the values, we can solve it further to get the value of angle XZY, that is complete that angle Z in triangle XYZ. Here we have got the value as 64 degrees. Now this entire angle Z, that is XZY, is 64, and we know that ZO is the angle bisector. That means it has divided the angle into two equal parts. With this knowledge, we can find out the measure of angle OZY, which is half of angle XZY. This is how we'll get the value of angle OZY. So let's quickly find it out. So it is half. Similarly, angle OYZ will be half of the entire angle Y. So let us work on both the angles. So we get angle OZY as 32, which is half of 64, and we get the measure of angle OYZ to be 27 degrees, which is half of 54. Now let us concentrate in the smaller triangle, that is triangle OYZ. Inside that triangle, we already know the values of two angles. We have to just find out the third one. So obviously we are going to use angle sum theorem. So let us proceed with it and let us get the value of the third angle. So here we have used the angle sum theorem and we have got the value of angle YOZ to be equal to 121 degrees. So this is what we were told to find out. Now with this, let's begin with the next question. That is question number 3. Here you have been given a figure wherein you are already told that AB is parallel to DE. So you have two lines which are parallel to each other. Moreover, angle BAC is given to be 35 degrees and angle CDE is told to be 53 degrees. We are supposed to find out the measure of angle DCE. Now let us concentrate in the figure and let us consider these two parallel lines which are named as AB and DE. We have the transversal AE. Now if we consider AE to be the transversal, so then you have two angles which are alternate interior angles, that is angle BAC and angle CED. One of the angle is 35, so the other will also be equal to 35. This is how we will get the measure of angle CED and it will be 35 degrees. So let us find it out stepwise. Here the lines are parallel, so the angles are equal. They are alternate interior angles. So we have used alternate interior angles theorem. Now we already know the value of angle CED that we have just calculated. Moreover, angle D is given to us. So now let us think of triangle DCE, and in the triangle two angles are known to us. We have to just find out the third angle, and for this purpose we always use angle sum theorem. So let us use angle sum theorem and get the answer. So here is what angle sum theorem is. Using it, we can write sum of three angles to be 180 degrees. After substituting all the values and calculating, we get the measure of angle DCE to be equal to 92 degrees. Now, one more question to go. In question number 4, you have been given a figure and you are told that lines PQ and RS intersect at a point T such that angle PRT is 40, angle RPT is 95 and angle TSQ it is 75 degree. We are supposed to find out angle SQT. Here we are told about two intersecting lines. They are intersecting at the point T. But if you look at the figure, just don't get confused between line PR and line segment RQ. They are in no sense told to be parallel anywhere. So please do not use alternate angle theorem anywhere. It will be used only if the lines are parallel, whereas in this question it is nowhere asked. So we have to think of something other than that. Yes, the method is again simple. We can think of triangle PRT and let us extend PT so that angle RTQ becomes exterior angle. In that case, the exterior angle RTQ can be written as angle PRT plus angle RPT. We know the value of both the angles. So we can easily get the value of angle RTQ. Once we get RTQ, then we are going to consider the second triangle. So let us find out quickly the value of RTQ. So the sum is RTQ because we have used exterior angle theorem, and here we get the measure of angle RTQ to be 135 degrees. Now in this case we have again used exterior angle property. Here we have already found out the value of angle RTQ as 135 degrees. So let us focus on triangle TQS, and if I extend ST, I get an exterior angle, that is angle RTQ. Now this exterior angle will be the sum of angle S and angle Q. So with this, we can write it as angle SQT plus angle QST equal to angle RTQ. Out of these three, we already know the value of two angles. So we can easily find out angle SQT, which comes out to be equal to 60 degree. We have used exterior angle theorem and angle sum theorem in all the examples. There are few more examples to go. We'll be dealing with those in the next video. Till then, thank you. Goodbye. Keep learning.